Dear students, welcome back. In this video, I will explain the working of JTextField, and at the same time, this time I will not use anonymous inner classes because I feel like if you are using anonymous inner classes, you are kind of confusing yourself. So this time I will be using an outside class to handle the event. So we are going to create a new Java class. Let's call it text field demo, right? Okay, so inside this, what we are going to do, we have this constructor text field demo, right? Inside the constructor I create a frame equal to new frame, right? Okay, we need to fix the import. Okay, in order to fix import, okay, we say alt enter. Okay, alt control option, yes. Import class. Okay, so we have imported JFrame. What I'm going to do, I have here static member variable JText field. I call it TF equal to new JText field. I say I need a text field of, say for example, 20 character. Right? How many characters text field you are looking for? So I say 20. Okay. Because I would be needing to access this text field outside this class, so I'm making it static. I mean, if I keep it inside constructor, I won't be able to access it outside this class, right? You will later come to know why it is important to keep it outside the constructor. Okay, so I'm going to also have J button. I say or also J button, maybe I say button equal to new J button, and let's give it this title, submit, right? Okay, so once if this is done, I have got this submit button. I can get text field, and maybe I can have another static JText field. I call it text field, or maybe let's call this one as a name and this one as a last name, right? Equal to new JText field, and I also need this one for 20 columns, right? So these two text fields have been displayed. Now what I'm going to do, inside frame, I will be adding a label. I call it name equal to new J label. Here I do this name, right? So this will be my label for name, and then another label last name equal to J label, and I call it last name, right? Okay, so new, right? Okay, name label last name label, because otherwise I will be hiding name and last name text fields, right? Okay, so let's set the frame size. Frame dot set size, I say maybe 400 by 400. It's a square, right? And then frame dot set layout, new flow layout, new flow layout, right? Okay, we set new flow layout to this frame size has been set, and now I'm going to add all the labels and frames to this labels and text fields to the frame. So I say frame dot add. I'm going to add first of all I add label, right? Name label. So name and then frame dot add name, right? So we add label and then we add the text field. Frame dot add last name label, right? And then frame dot add last name text field, right? Okay, so all these four have been added, and then I add submit button. Frame dot add button which is having label as a submit, right? Okay, when everything is done, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make my frame visible. Dot set visible true, right? Okay, now when everything is done, inside main method I'm going to display it, right? Public static void name string arg, right? Swing utilities dot what was the method, what was the method, what was the method? Somebody please tell me what was the method which we invoke later. What was that, please? What was the method name which we need to call invoke later, right? Okay, so here we need to create new runnable, right? New runnable, and then inside this we need public void run, right? Okay, inside run we are doing nothing, we just say new text field demo, right? We are going to create object of our class. Okay, so let's run this program to see our graphical user interface is displayed properly. We have main method public static void main string arg. Now it will show the run, right? Okay, so here is our GUI, right? Okay, you know that if you resize it, it can be resized like okay, it may not be ideal, huh? So you have got name, you have got last name, and when you click submit, we would like to get this data, right? I have not set exit on close, so you can see application did not end, so I can also set that option. So frame dot set what was the method? Set default close operation, right? So we say jframe dot exit on close. Okay, great, right? Okay, now you know that button in this case is event source. It will be generating an event, and the event that it will be generating is action event. So you would like to handle action event. If you want to handle action event, you need action listener. You need an object of a class that actually implements action listener, right? So here outside this class I create another class, I call it event handler. You can name it anything that you want, but it should implement action listener, right? So this class will actually be handling event that will be generated by button, right? Now you know that when you implement action listener, you need to implement action performed method. You need to override action performed method. So that is the reason why we say public void action performed and it takes action event as an argument. Right. Okay, so alt enter. Okay, so we have got the import thing. Now we say when somebody is clicking button, this action performed method will be called, and when this method is called, we are doing nothing. We just say system dot out dot println. We will actually print name and last name. So I can write here a string name equal to. Now you will come to know why I kept this static. So I say text field demo dot name dot get text. Right. So I will be extracting text from the text field. Now you remember, if I did not keep this one as a static, this facility was not available to me. So that is the reason why I kept text field demo as a static, so that I can access name and last name text field inside this event handler class. Right. So here string last name equal to text field demo dot last name dot get text. Right. So we get text. Now when somebody is clicking on the button, we extract name and last name from the text field, and then it's up to you. I mean, if it is, say for example, representing a form and you would like to save this into database, you can do this. Or if say for example you say you want to get more information about this name and last name, you can send a query to database to get more information. It's up to you how you're playing with it. But the thing is, in this example, we've got a separate event handler which is going to extract name and last name from text field once if the button is clicked. So in this simple example, I'm doing nothing. I'm just saying we are going to display this information. Right. So we say you entered this will be on the command line. Right. You entered name equal to plus name, right, and then last name equal to plus last name. Right, that's all. I mean, when somebody is clicking button, this action performed will be called, and it is doing nothing, just extracting value for name and last name. But before ensuring that this method is called, you know that you need to set action listener on the button. So for doing that, you will say button dot add action listener. I mean, in this case, the source is actually indicating a kind of interest that when I'm generating an event, this class will be handling the event, new event handler. Right, so you can see here, now we say that whenever button will generate some event, event will be handled by whom? By event handler. Now how it will handle event? It will handle event by calling this method. And when this method is called, you know what we are doing? We just extracting name and last name from the text field and then displaying it on the command line. Right, so in this example, I have deliberately kept event handler as a separate class so that you can really understand that there is a source and there is a listener is this one, right, which actually handles the event, and then there is the event itself, which is actually action event in this case, the delegation model. So this example I hope will further clear the concept about handling events in Java. Let's run it and see if it is working. Okay, so here I give name Shade, last name DAUDPOTA, and then when I submit, you can see you entered name equal to Shade, last name equal to Daudpota. Right, click again, event is happening. if I say Faraz, if I say server, now if I kill it, you can see you enter name equal to this and last name equal to this. Right. In this simple example, we are doing nothing with these names, but you just imagine all these big applications which are submitting forms, they are following the same mechanism. Right. They give some beautiful form, and when you click on some button, they actually issue some query to the database. Those queries can be, you know, extracting more information about the record or maybe updating a record. Right. So I end this video here. In this video you saw how labels are working, how text fields are working, and how buttons are working. In upcoming videos we will explore more uh, you know components of java.swing. Thank you very much.